right.
He's a very funny man. Put your hands together for Dave Rusiecki.
Hey, thank you so much for that thunderous ovation. You guys are wonderful. Look at all the people here tonight. We got like 10,000. Oh my gosh, this is the most I've ever played to. This is great. Thank you for being sequestered here today, tonight. No, but seriously, no. Thank you so much for coming on a school night to support live, organic, gluten-free, genetically manufactured comedy. I say it is a school night because if you're a DeVry University student like myself, you know, if you take classes online, every night is a school night. Christmas Eve is a school night. New Year's Day is a school night. But no, so I'm glad that you are here. It gives me a lot of oral gratification knowing that all these people came here to see me. Some of you saw me. Some of you came to see me. Some of you, not all of you though. Not all of you know me. But you know, this is what it's all about. We share and we move on. Like I'm about to do right now. I want to thank Mike, the artistic director here, the artistic, is that his job title? The artistic director here at the Tustin, was it Performing Arts Center or the Gallery of the Performing Arts for putting me on. I want to thank him. But I do have to correct his pronunciation of my name, and everyone kind of messes it up. Or you know, before I go on stage, they usually ask, do you prefer being called Dave or David? And I have to tell them, no, I prefer being called David. That's how they pronounce it in my village. The elders of my tribes call me that in the barrio. No, it's great being here today. I had a quiet day today in rehab, under house arrest. Yeah, I went to the bank, and by bank I mean the Coinstar change machine. Yeah, the CVS over on the corner of Happy and Healthy. That's. I get paid in rupees, so that's, you know, make a deposit there. I was the only Anglo, go figure. But anyway, so yeah, it's interesting about like getting paid and, you know, doing finances and comedy, because it's very rare that happens. And so I don't know if anyone ever does this. Do you ever like Google your name and then your net worth? You know, you can do that. You know, Google your name, your net worth, and so I did that today as well. And you know what it told me? The results came out. It said, you have no business Googling your net worth. Why remind yourself you only have 400 pesos in your bank account? Sometimes it's rubies. I get paid in red pesos. That's fine. I'll take whatever.
Rupees?
Chicken tenders, I get paid in that sometimes. Whatever. So, but yeah, so I'm not really one with a sense of proportion, so when my dentist told me that I grind my teeth when I go to sleep at night, I went out and bought one of those mouth harness devices from Bed Bath & Bondage. You're familiar with that store? I think it was registered there. This next joke, you're gonna laugh. Alrighty, that's one down. Any Jack FM fans here? Any? There we go. Cool. One of my favorite Jacktivities, hobbies. What I like to do is I like to go to Barnes and Noble's bookstore. Are they still around? Barnes and Noble's? Have they filed Chapter 11 yet? They're not. They're still around. Okay, that's good. I like to go to Barnes and Noble's bookstore, and what I do, I make a beeline straight to the erotic massage section. They have those, believe it or not. I make a beeline straight to the erotic massage section, and I take a whole handful of titles, and I put them on the religion shelf. That's my act out right here. I take the titles on the religion shelf, and then I watch and observe and report myself to security. So if any of you people here in this wonderful room have, you know, if you see the complete positions of the Kama Sutra next to the King James Version of the Holy Bible, moi, s'il vous plaît. Showing off my bilingualnicity there, you know. I speak a little French, a little bonjour. What is it? Bonjour, bonsoir, bon chance, bon jovi. You know, enough to get me through customs. English is not my first language. Gibberish is. So yeah, I'm a big music fan, and it was rough last year. I had some favorite singers that passed away. Chris Cornell was a really good singer and songwriter. Tom Petty, favorite artist. I'm still struggling with the notion that Marilyn Manson's still alive. How did that happen? My favorite, and this is a man who drinks absinthe for breakfast every morning. I drink Kirkland signature coffee every day for breakfast. I'm probably gonna die before him. It's not fair. It's not fair. Speaking of coffee, Starbucks. Okay, people, come on. What's happening with this place? Yeah, I mean it was wrong of them to call the police on those two gentlemen, and but I think they got off easy though. I think they got off real easy though with forcing their employees to do mandatory sensitivity training. I think they got off easy. I think personally they should give free coffee to all minorities for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they should drink it in the store. They can't take it out. They take it out, then they get arrested. Or caned, beaten. Something along those lines. But I also think that the two gentlemen made the mistake of, when they went there, they should have ordered like bottled water at least. Or if you're not going to order bottled water, you should. Wear those NPR logo shirts. That was their problem. If you sport the NPR logo sportswear, white people are gonna, you're just a struggling artist. That's just struggling. But do they have integrated bathrooms in Starbucks? I think they have integrated bathrooms here. Usually, every time I go there, they mistake me for a homeless person. That's what happens. I almost get arrested there. So I know how they feel. It's a tough subject, but I move on. Are we still building a wall down by the Mexican border? Have we done that? Have we started doing that? I had a dream once that we built a wall of Jell-O, and it prevented the inflow of drugs and churros. I don't know what happens. This is my life here.
Put my table in the jar.
People. It was weird today. I was walking. I was going to the store and I got waved on by a homeless person. Has that ever happened to you? I approached. He kind of approached me. We kind of met and he asked me for change and I said no and he just kind of was like, no, next. I didn't know whether to feel offended or relieved. Apparently, I was holding up a whole line of potential customers. He just wants those pesos. That's all it is.
Car keys, here you go.
But what else? What else have I got to share with you? Because this is it's a happy crowd. I can feel the happy all the way. Man, you have a lovely frown, I have to tell you. What else is there going on? Mike mentioned about traveling a lot, and I've gone on a number of flights recently, and it's very interesting. I kind of noticed whenever I board a flight, I always feel safe when I see like a black flight attendant, because I know no white person's gonna mess with them, and no one's gonna have a meltdown on this flight. You know how you hear about some people just go crazy and they catch them on videos. Those are they do not have black flight attendants on those ones. But when I go into I feel very safe. I don't know what it is. It's good. Now if I see a black pilot, I go, oh no. But if it's a black flight attendant, I'm like, okay, that's good.
Flight.
But it's a little racist, but I'm sharing here, with everyone here. But yeah, and it's funny. The last flight I took, the pilot, one of the pilots was black. It was a female. It was a woman. One of the I've never don't really see that very often because pilots is mostly dominated by like white male, almost balding kind of profession, and there's the majority of the candidates there. So it was interesting seeing a black female pilot. And I got to peek into the cockpit while we were, because how sometimes the co-pilots have to go to the bathroom. So I got to peek into the cockpit, and it was weird because I saw her checking her texts while she was flying the plane at the same time. She was busy on her phone. I was like, honey, focus, keep your head in the clouds. I love traveling. So if any of you need like what do they call those pets that service animals? A service pet. I'll be your service pet. I'll fly with you. I'll sit on your lap. All you have to do is feed me one of those blue tortilla corn chips, whatever, and I'll say nothing. I'll just pop in the headphones and watch the the iPads that they give you, and I make a great service pet, is what I'm saying. My grandfather is a World War II veteran, and I take him to his to the VA hospital for his appointments. He likes to set up a whole bunch of appointments in one day, and we go hit them. And so he's in a wheelchair, and he has a hearing aid, so so I push him everywhere, and he can't really hear everyone talking to him or what's going on, and he has to ask me questions and repeat them. And it's really touching when people come up and approach him, because he has like one of those World War II veteran hats, and so people come up and approach him, like young troops or some of the assistants there, the staff will come up and shake his hand and thank him for his service. And is that him? Did he come in? Maybe that was my mother. I don't know. So I take my grandfather to all these different places, and like oncology or radiology, or my favorite, mixology, and I'll push him around, and people will approach him and thank him for his service, and it's really, really touching. But I just don't have the heart to tell these people that he was just a chef. Not even a good one, just like a really bad short order. He food poisoned half his unit, basically, is what I'm sharing with you. He never saw action or combat. The closest thing he saw was seeing a private stabbed in the stomach with a potato peeler. That was it. I'm not saying don't support the troops. Support the troops. Just don't eat the chicken.
Torpedo fuel.
I don't want to conflate the issue here, but. Okay. What else can I share with you? Yeah, that's. I'll wrap it up with this. I love doing stand-up comedy. It pays for my wardrobe. As you can see, I call this outfit "Black is way to blue." And I remember when I first started doing stand-up comedy, after every show, people would come up to me and say, "Oh, you look really comfortable on stage. You have great stage presence." And the more I heard that, the more I realized that was just a polite way of them saying your material sucks. Don't quit your McJob bagging groceries at Gelson's is what they were really trying to tell me. So, but I stuck with it. I've stayed with it, and I love doing it. One of my favorite comedians, I was reading about him, Steve Harvey. You know him from Family Feud. I mean, I was reading about him in an article in People magazine. That's where I get my news. People magazine and Wendy Williams, the Wendy Williams show. So I was reading about him, and it was amazing how he started. Very just like from the bottom. I mean, from going from show to show and open mic to open mic, and he was sleeping in his car, and he was broke and penniless, and now, was it 15, 20 years later, or some odd years after that, he's like a fortune. He's like 100 million. He's like his own movie. He's like a media mogul almost. So it's really inspiring when I read these articles, and I can kind of relate. When I first started doing comedy, it was poverty. I mean, for me, I slept in my stretch limo for the first 3 weeks, eating cheese sandwiches. Now I sleep in my Nissan Versa, so I'm kind of upgrading a little bit, But every time I hit the stage, I repeat this mantra over to myself, and because I heard this from Marilyn Monroe. Everyone here knows Marilyn Monroe, right? This kind of old school Hollywood legend. Some girls will ask me, does she sing that song "Papa Don't Preach"? I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's the same woman, same person. So Marilyn Monroe, I don't know if any of you know this, she once said that if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. Actually, that's wrong. That was Bill Cosby who said that. Oh. That is my time. I'm David Rusiecki. Thank you so much.
Give it up for David Rusiecki!
David.
David.